span. In the years UHS 311, a Strider-class deep space exploration vessel jumped into a solar system inhabited by an alien race. The newfound sentient beings were powerful and welcoming, and both governments immediately opened diplomatic negotiations. Within months, a peace treaty was signed. Following the peace treaty, the Olympians, as they called themselves, shared much of their wealth of knowledge with the human race. Their technology was very similar to that of the humans. It differed in that they focused on beam technology rather than projectiles, in an effort to control crime in ICSE space. The Olympian beam technology had been banned. However, pirates who got their hands on them terrorized all who stood in their way. As tensions due to the pirate attacks on Olympian traders built up between humans and Olympians, a series of warnings was issued toward the ICSE from the Olympian government. If the ICSE could not contain its criminals, then the Olympians would have nothing to do with them. After a series of brutal attacks on the Olympian convoys returning from ICSE space, the Olympian military was mobilized to deal with the threat. Upon entering ICSE space uninvited, the ICSE declared war on the Olympians in what was called the First Olympian War. It lasted only 4 weeks. In two devastating battles. It lasted only 4 weeks and 2 devastating battles, leaving both sides crippled beyond belief. Both militaries had been completely destroyed, leaving almost every planet defenseless. Pirates who had been hidden for years emerged into undefended space, capturing 2 planets before there was enough of a military rebuilt to ward off the relentless attacks. The damage delivered to the ICSE by both pirates left the Olympians victorious. The damage delivered to the ICSE by both parties left the Olympians victorious. While no territory was gained or lost, both races would be hostile toward each other for many years to come. Nearly 20 years later, an ICSE probe sent to explore beyond Olympian space discovered another advanced race. While still hostile towards each other, the ICSE contacted the Olympians for advice. The first act of friendship backtrack. While still hostile towards each other, the ICSE back it up again. While still hostile to each other, the ICSE contacted each other. Oh my gosh, I'm too tired. And it's hard to read my own writing, so let's try that sentence one last time. While still hostile toward each other, the ICSE contacted the Olympians for advice. At first, oh my gosh, I did it again. While still hostile towards each other, the ICSE contacted the Olympians for advice, the first act of friendship in years. The Olympians described past experiences with the deemed hostile aliens, who they called the Wretch. Puzzled at the Wretch's hostility, the ICSE sent a one-man scout to attempt to contact them. All attempts at contact were unsuccessful. The Wretch were neither responsive nor surprisingly hostile. Regardless of recent acts of peace, tensions once again began to rise between the humans and the Olympians. An IDC warship unintentionally fired upon an Olympian official being transported through the neutral zone. This time, the Olympians declared war on the ICSE. The Second Olympian War now commenced. Both governments drew again from their military, this time far more sparingly. Battle after battle, the war lasted for 2 years. Exhausted of their military, the less numerous IDC lost for a second time, and yet despite the victory of the Olympians, there were no terms of surrender. They simply drove the IDC back to their own territory and let them be. You feel a tap on your shoulder and look up from the computer terminal, surprised that you had been singled out among the hundreds of people roaming the spaceport around you. You swivel your head and focus your eyes on the tall, slender, and grease-covered figure of what appears to be an engineer. You look at her puzzled. She begins to speak to you in a sort. Oh, she begins to speak to you in a soft and almost shy voice. I couldn't help but notice you reading the historical logs. Are you new around here? I couldn't help but notice you reading the ICSC historical logs. Are you new around here? Startled that you stand out so much, you slowly reply, yes, I just left my family's estate to be a captain. You continue, I had no idea of the history of the IDCE. You see, where I come from, education is very limited. She raises an eyebrow, this time much more confidently. Oh, so you have a ship, do you? Had this been anyone else, you would have been annoyed. But her gentle beauty mesmerizes you, despite the grime she is covered in. I do, but she's not up and running. Got a bit of repairs to make. You tell her proudly. What's your name, anyways? She replies to you with a giant grin full of straight, shiny teeth. My name's Kate, sir. Kate Cyan. How would you like an engineer? I don't ask for much, but a ship to stay on and care for, and meals to keep me fed. Her excited and cheerful expression makes you smile. Lead her to your ship, and tell her to show you what she's got. Within a week, to your surprise, she has the ship spaceworthy. Amazing! You're impressed. I think I'll help you. I'll keep you. I think I'll keep you. Marveled at the idea of already having such a wonderful crew member, you examine your ship one last time before embarking on your maiden voyage and fulfilling your dream. So satisfied with your life now, unlike ever before. That's the opening, I guess you could say, dialogue and text that you'll see when you first make a new pilot. And then I just have a list of, you can kind of see I have a list of a lot of planets that are going to be in the Milky Way solar system. This is actually all of them, and they're color-coded by race. Let me flip the page again. Back, actually. Here